Welcome to the GoalZero Toolbox Talk series. Today's Toolbox Talk: Forklift Practices. Perform and document, checklist, a visual and operational check of the forklift at the start of each workday. Do up your seat belt as soon as you get onto the forklift. Place forks as far under the load as possible. Drive with load against the heel of the rack with the mast tilted back. Be sure forks are spaced correctly to support the load. Operate a forklift smoothly when stopping, starting, lifting, and tilting. Carry load as low as possible. Sound the horn before moving the forklift when other vehicles or workers may not be able to see the forklift movement. Drive at a speed to meet the conditions. Driving surface, load size and positioning on the forks and the conditions of the route. Know that overloading the forklift may cause a loss of steering. Check for adequate overhead clearance before raising the load. Keep forks pointed uphill when traveling with a load on an incline. Keep forks pointed downhill when traveling without a load on an incline. Travel in reverse when the load is blocking your vision of the planned route. Sound the horn and slow down when approaching pedestrians, doorways, rows, aisles, ramps, and other forklifts. Keep pedestrians away and raise and lower the load smoothly. Any elevated load is hazardous. Stop when a group of people are walking across the route being traveled. Lower the load to the ground and wait until the people get by before proceeding. Watch out for pedestrians and avoid driving a forklift up to anyone who is standing in front of a bench or other fixed object. Stay constantly alert to changing or unusual conditions. Always be prepared to stop. Whenever anything develops that affects the normal operation of the forklift, tell the supervisor immediately. Report any incidents promptly to the supervisor. Use only approved personnel platforms, securely fastened to the forks to elevate anyone. Reduce speed when doors, corners and elevations restrict vision. Keep to the right unless plant conditions or layout dictate otherwise. Park forklift with controls in neutral, brakes applied and forks in a down position with the motor switched off. Keep hands, arms, head and feet and legs inside the confines of a moving forklift. Observe and obey the load capacity of the forklift. Things not to do with a forklift. Do not leave forklifts running inside for long periods of time without ventilation. Do not handle the steering wheel if your hands or gloves are greasy or slippery. Do not try to move or adjust any part of the load, the forklift, or the surroundings when on the forklift. Do not move loads that are piled or stacked poorly. Do not lift a load that extends above the load backrest unless no part of the load can possibly slide back toward the operator. Do not allow anyone but the operator to ride on the forklift. Do not use pallets elevated by forklifts as an improvised working platform. Do not permit anyone to stand or walk under the elevated part of any forklift, whether loaded or unloaded.